The room that isn't there. They say old buildings hold memories, but some hold things much worse. Lena had just moved into a rundown apartment complex, 5th floor, no elevator, and wallpaper older than her grandmother. The walls were yellowed, the plumbing moaned at night, and everything smelled faintly. Sweet, like something rotting behind the paint. But it was cheap, quiet. No neighbors, perfect for someone starting over. When she signed the lease, the landlord, a hunched old man with too many wrinkles and not enough blinking, handed her a floor plan. "Ignore that," he said, voice dry as dust. "Outdated. The building's changed over the years." Lena felt confused, wondering why he would hand her the floor plan if it is outdated, but she just shrugged it off. Not until the third night. She dropped a spoon in the kitchen. It rolled across the wooden floor toward the far wall and disappeared, right into the baseboard. Frowning, she crawled over to look and saw it, a thin seam in the wallpaper. Vertical, perfectly straight, like a door that had been sealed shut. She stood up, dusted herself off, and checked the floor plan. Her apartment, it was listed as a 2-bedroom, but she'd only seen one. The other, marked as 204B, a room that didn't exist. That night, she knocked on the wall, lightly, just once, and got a knockback, soft, slow, from the inside. Then came a whisper, muffled right against the wall. "Please, let me out." She froze, couldn't sleep. The next morning, she confronted the landlord. He smiled. "Too wide, too fast. Just pipes," he said. "Dreams. These old places, they remember things better left forgotten, but each night it got worse. Knocks, whispers, breathing, and then the voice. I'm cold in here. I'm so hungry. You shouldn't live here." The wallpaper began to peel, on its own. By the 5th night, the shape of a door was clear, faint wood beneath the yellow paper, a small, rusted knob. She should have left, but she didn't. Curiosity can be louder than fear. Lena took a box cutter, one slow slice, then another. The wallpaper tore like old skin, and behind it, a door, real, wood, silent. She opened it. Inside was a small room. No lights, no windows, just a rotten mattress on the floor, covered in claw marks, chains bolted into the walls, and something else. A feeling, like the room itself was breathing. She stepped inside. The door slammed shut, pitch black. She screamed, hit the door, no use. Then, a whisper behind her. Finally, something moved in the corner. She turned. A shape, too tall, skin stretched tight, a smile like cracked porcelain. She blinked, gone. The door creaked open behind her. Light poured in. Lena stumbled out, but it wasn't her apartment anymore. The walls were faded. The hallway was darker, colder, and where her door once said 203, now it said 204B. She ran, down the stairs, to the landlord's unit, banged on the door. But when he opened it, he didn't recognize her, didn't know her, and somehow he looked younger. When she told him her name, his face went pale. "Lena?" "We haven't had a Lena since the place shut down in 93. That girl disappeared." She turned away, heart pounding, and as she passed the apartment windows, she saw herself reflected. Not once, not twice, but in every window. Lena, staring out, mouth open, eyes wide, trapped, forever in the room that isn't there. The breather. I used to sleep with a fan on, not because it was hot, just for the sound. That soft hum was like a barrier, a blanket of white noise between me and the silence of the night. But I haven't turned that fan on in over 3 weeks. Not since the breathing started. The first night it happened, I thought it was a dream. I was half asleep, the kind of drowsy where reality blurs at the edges. The fan hummed softly in the corner of my room, lulling me into a gentle sleep. That's when I heard it, breathing. Not mine, not soft or subtle, like someone sleeping. It was deliberate, slow, deep. Inhale, pause, exhale. I shot up in bed, heart pounding. I fumbled for the lamp and flooded the room with warm yellow light. Nothing. No one. Just my dresser, my mirror, the old fan spinning lazily in the corner. Maybe it was the fan rattling. That's what I told myself. But the next night, it came back. Exactly 2:14 a.m. That same awful sound. Too human to be a malfunction. Too close to ignore. I didn't turn on the light this time. I just lay there, eyes wide open, listening to it breathe. The next day, I decided to record it. I left my phone on my nightstand, recording audio while I tried to sleep. When I checked it in the morning, I almost dropped the phone. There it was, clear as anything. Inhale, pause, exhale, then a soft dragging noise, like something heavy being slowly pulled across the carpet. No footsteps, no door opening or closing, no explanation. I stared at the waveform on my phone screen, numb. It lasted exactly 13 minutes, 2:14 to 2:27 a.m. I stayed up the next night with the lights on and the flashlight clutched in both hands. The room was bright. Nothing happened. I thought maybe I'd scared it off. Maybe it was done. But when I woke up the next morning, I found something waiting on my nightstand. A note, plain white paper, thick black marker, lights off, or I come closer. I called the cops. I showed them the note, the audio. They searched the house, the windows, the doors. No sign of forced entry, no fingerprints. They told me it was probably a prank. Maybe someone I knew was messing with me. But that didn't explain how they got inside, or how they left, or the way the breathing sounded so close. So intentional I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. The lights stayed on, and I sat up in bed, flashlight aimed at the corner where I thought the sound came from. 2:14 came, and with it, silence. No breathing, no dragging. I started to believe it might finally be over. But the next morning, there was another note. Last warning. I don't know what changed after that. Maybe I gave up. Maybe curiosity overpowered my fear. Or maybe I was just tired. So I turned off the lights. Just to see. That night, at 2:14 a.m., I heard it again. But this time it was closer. The breathing came from the side of the bed, right next to me. I stayed perfectly still, afraid to even blink. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Then, footsteps. Soft, slow, circling around the bed. I clenched my eyes shut. That's when I felt it. Something brushed my cheek. It wasn't a hand. It was colder than skin, lighter than a feather, like someone's face leaned in, close enough to smell me, to feel my breath. I jumped up, swung my flashlight wildly around the room. Empty. But the carpet beside my bed was crushed, as if someone had been kneeling there, watching me sleep. I don't live at home anymore. I stay with friends, sleep on couches, check into motels when I have to. But it doesn't matter. It finds me. Every night at 2:14 a.m., I hear it. Breathing. No matter where I am, it always knows, always watching, always waiting. And every few nights, it leaves a note on my pillow. Lights off, or I come closer.